everyone in YouTube world. It is I um, here with a new video. And as I promised you guys, I have Kirsten in her birthday outfit. And I'm sorry, excuse the mess. It's like Christmas morning for me because I am now starting to open all my older packages, all my older gifts that I've received for Christmas and the past couple months. I also had a birthday and there was Mother's Day. So a lot of these gifts I delayed opening just because I had so much fun with my family, spending those festivities with them. And we just spent the time as a family playing games and whatnot, mostly board games. We're really into Monopoly and card games of all types, even chess, and not so much checkers, but maybe Chinese checkers. If we, did play checkers, it would be Chinese checkers, which we do. But anyway, this is a doll video. And so I want you guys to see these beautiful dolls. And I stayed true to what I said about Kirsten. For everything that I knew my childhood to be, I would see Kirsten in the catalogs, and her hair would be just nice and wavy and full in all the catalogs. And so that's how I wanted my Kirsten to be. She has the ponytail veil up here. You can see like some of the elastics and whatnot. So that's what she has in her hair right now, and just has a lot of flyaways because it's down. And then I have my beautiful doll, Wiley. She is here, Wiley Monroe. And for those of you who are scared of Wiley's hair, no need to be scared of her hair, because I'm discovering a lot of things I can do with this doll's wig type. Her hair mimics my hair and some of the hair that people have in my family. And I too have dark colored skin that I'm very proud of. And this doll is very, very beautiful. And so a lot of people are scared of her hair because they just don't have hair like this. I believe that a lot of doll owners who had dolls or who had hair that mimicked the doll's hair, which is curly hair, if they had curly hair, they would see that there's nothing to be afraid of. Like my mother and her mother probably before her, we all at one point wore our hair in these types of styles where you would have a ponytail here, a ponytail there, and a ponytail on top. And I rarely saw a lot of my Caucasian friends with hairstyles that were parted, where they would have multiple ponytails in their hair. And in my family, our hair has always been so long, curly, and thick and wavy, similar to Kirsten's even, to the point where we could do a whole lot with our hair. So what I did with Wiley Monroe's hair is I put her hair half up, half down. And when I was playing with her hair or restyling, I found like a little tendril here. So I kind of think that that's very creative. It's very unique to my doll. I don't know if all of these types of dolls that are like Wiley Monroe, I can't remember what Truly Me number she is, but I can't remember if all dolls like that have like a little tendril somewhere in their wig cap, but mine certainly does. And I love styling her hair and restyling her hair. Nothing to be afraid of whatsoever. And I do miss doll content creators on YouTube like Miss Midoriya, because when I first started out looking at YouTube and looking at dolls, Miss Midoriya was one of the first videos I came across, and she chronicled a lot of dolls of color as well as just other American Girl dolls. And so I really loved how she would describe the dolls of color and, that people didn't have to be afraid of their hair because maybe they themselves weren't people of color. And I'm starting to notice that there's a lot of people who are starting to collect African American dolls, but they're not people of color. And so I don't know if it's the ignorance. Maybe they want to know more about people of color through their dolls. I'm not really sure, but I've heard a lot of people just say how hard they're struggling with dolls with curly hair, and there's nothing really to struggle over. These dolls are beautiful dolls, and their hair is very similar to most dolls that I have that are like Kirsten and Molly. The texture, yes, is different, but as far as maintaining their hair, brushing out their hair, combing their hair, styling their hair, restyling their hair, I have not had any type of struggle. So I'm not really sure if there's any kind of, race relations that's going on in their minds where they just don't have enough experience being around people of color. But I hope that it does stop on YouTube, because it's almost like bullying when you think about it. That some of these people have African American like dolls, and the first thing that they comment on is how difficult the hair is. And I don't see that at all. So, being that it's like Christmas morning, to me, I have a beautiful Ken doll that I picked up at a TJX company. And my family was nice enough to gift me the pink convertible that's remote controlled. And here's the remote control made by Hot Wheels or Mattel. And Mattel owns Hot Wheels and Barbie, the brand now. And of course, you see my antique childhood Barbie right here. She's a holiday Barbie. And I can't wait to tell you guys more about her, because this is my childhood Barbie. This is my favorite Barbie in the whole entire world when it comes to her face mold. And someone said that she has the Christie face mold, but I'm hoping to learn more through the Black Barbie documentary that's coming out on Netflix soon. So I'm hoping that they give me more information about Black Barbie and how she came about. But when I was a little girl, this was my coveted Barbie. I loved holiday Barbies that had the nice full hair. And again, you're going to hear me reference full, wavy, thick, nice hair, regardless of skin tone of the doll. It just so happens that I'm African American, so a lot of my childhood dolls were mostly, if not all African American, mostly African American. Molly is back here, and she is wearing her birthday outfit. So I did end up ordering 2 more birthday outfits. I ordered one for Kirsten, as you guys can see, and then I ended up ordering one for Molly. I also ended up ordering a lot of stuff from Mattel. There's the Barbie outfit that I plan on putting on my childhood Barbie because she can't stay in her holiday outfit forever. And since it is my childhood Barbie, I just noticed that they don't make Barbies like they used to. And I'm going to put this doll down very stealthily if I can. And I don't fathom that it's because they don't want to make those kind of Barbies. I think it's just because they've moved on. Like, this is the type of Barbie that my family plays with now. And as you can see, she's been played with by someone in my family. Obviously, the top for her coffee is gone, and she's got her eye mask on, or her sleep mask. So this is the Barbie that my family's growing up with. And it's very different from the Barbie I grew up with. I also picked up a couple of cards that I wanted to go with my doll collections. So I have a lot of African American themed dolls from American Girl and Our Generation. So if I haven't introduced her, this is Safi. and below is her dog Ginger. And then I also have the dog from American Girl back there that's the same color. But I love how this doll's hair is very similar to the color of Ginger. So I almost feel like she should be Ginger and the dog should be Saffy. But anyway, this is a card that I picked out reminding me of how beautiful people with dark skin are, because a lot of times in our society we play that down as if dark skinned dolls or dark skinned people aren't as pretty as our white counterparts. But when I think about beauty, to me, beauty has no limitations. It has no it has no limitations pretty much. And for people who feel like there's only one standard of beauty or cuteness when it comes to dolls and people and, you know, even animals like pets, not to say that people are like animals, but I've heard people compare certain dolls to animals and having wild hair and whatnot. So I've always disagreed with those terms because wild is something you would call an animal and not the description of a doll's hair, especially a doll of color. So I always try to be cognizant of what I say on YouTube. And I always want to say positive things about my race and people of multiple races, because that's just the world we live in. Unfortunately, you do have people who are making these doll videos and they're not being cognizant of the fact that, you know, they're putting down a whole race of people because simply, I guess they don't know the right terminology to describe doll hair. Like this grade of hair that this wig has on this doll is the type of hair that I have and my family has that grows out of our scalp. So think about that. Think about what I'm saying. The same type of hair that these dolls have is the same type of hair that grows out of most people's scalps. And so for people who are, you know, not of color to say that this hair is too complicated or too crazy or too wild or too curly or too anything, too textured, that's a whole group of people that have the same or similar types of hair texture and types. So, you know, that's very interesting that people still don't get that, you know, that when you review these dolls, you're pretty much talking about people who look like these dolls. So, speaking of dolls, this card reminded me of Florida for some reason, and Florida makes me think of the Spanish culture and how Florida was once owned by Spain. And so when I think about all those things, tropical climate, citrus fruit, Spain, I think of Josefina. So I think I will put this card with Josefina. And another thing, I ended up going Barbie. There was like a whole Barbie bonanza that I guess I was having in my head. So I got the Uno collection for Barbie, a stack of Uno cards, since again, we love playing games in our house. And then I got the Barbie Monopoly game, and I love both of those games. Part of why I love Barbie so much is because there's various types of Barbies, and there always has been various types of Barbies throughout my childhood and in my lifespan. So this Barbie mimics Black culture because it has the silk cap for what she's going to wear at night. And you can see that she's got like her little night shift on, her night gown, and she's got little slippers. So she has flat feet. If you guys have seen the Barbie movie, you know how important flat feet are. So anyway, this is just something to kind of get me started when it comes to doing her hair. It doesn't have half as many beads as I would like it to have, so I'll probably have to add some beads into her collection. But I like that they start you off with this kind of selection of beads. But I love the silk cap because it does remind me of how much Mattel and American Girl and the Barbie company overall are paying attention to people of color, Black people who have different hair textures. And because we have certain hair textures, we love to wear these caps on our heads at night. And so this is kind of like a little love letter that American Girl, not American Girl, but Barbie has issued out for people of color when they introduce this Barbie with the silk head cap or nightcap. So I think it's nice because I think in the American Girl collection, Claudie also has a silk nightcap that comes with her collection that you have to buy separately. But again, a promise is a promise. I wanted to show you guys how Kirsten looks with her hair down. This is going to be the only outfit that she's probably going to don. And I have several other Kirstens that have their hair, you know, in their regular meat hairstyle, which are the braids. As far as this doll right here, she'll